Hi guys, welcome back. It's your homegirl Yenny Boy and we're back with the pajamas. 2 weeks ago, I uploaded a video called Day in the Life of a Home-Based Worker. I appreciate all the kind comments that you gave me, thank you so much, it motivated me a lot. And in that video, I also received a lot of messages asking more information about how to work home-based. Today, I thought I'd make a video of the basics of freelancing and tell you a little bit of what you have to know before you even start working home-based. So if you're already a master of freelancing and this is just for entertainment, or you're a person interested to start working at home, this is the video for you. So the goal of the video is pretty simple. I'm just going to tell you about the basics of freelancing. Any video that comes after this series will depend on your comments below. So feel free to take down notes or comment down below for any questions or tell me anything that I missed out on this video. And if I find anything that is good enough to build a whole video on, I'll make that video for you. I'm going to be breaking down this video into 4 parts. First is the introduction, second are the equipment, third is the qualifications, and fourth are the websites where you can apply to start working at home. So let's talk about freelancing. What even is freelancing? Technically, freelancing is any work done inside or outside your home that gets paid by the contract. You can sort of understand it if I say that it's a by project or by contract basis. You get paid after one job. But if we take out the dictionary meaning of freelancing, it has kind of evolved into meaning any person who works at home. Which is actually a little bit incorrect because those working at home are not all by project and by contracts. So with that being said, I want you to understand that there are at least 4 different types of tenure when it comes to working at home. First is freelancing. This is what I explained a while ago, where it's a by project basis, where you get paid after one contract. Mostly graphic designers do this. Second is the full-time people. There are actually people who work here full-time, where they work 40 hours a week, 8 hours a day, within a certain constant time frame every day. They might be paid monthly, some are paid weekly, and some are paid bi-weekly, but the point is, this is their full-time job, and they are paid regularly. I define part-time as having an agreed certain number of hours that you get paid regardless of whether you do the work or not. If the contract says that you are to work less than 40 hours a week, I don't know, might be 10, might be 20, any constant time that you are getting paid for every week that is less than 40 hours is considered part-time. The 4th type of employment here is what I would like to call the ad hoc or the by-hourly rate paid. So these are the types of employers where they keep you, but you don't really have a contract of how many hours you're supposed to work on it or how much you're supposed to earn on it, but you also are not required to work a certain amount of fixed hours per week or a certain amount on the day where you're supposed to be online. You're just on call. If they need you, you charge them by the hour, and when you're done, you get paid depending on what you are agreed on. Like it may be a bi-weekly, it may be weekly, or it also may be monthly. Those are the types of employment here working online that I know of. If you know anything more, please comment down below because I would love to add it in the description box below for anyone else who's thinking of starting to work home base. Now that we've covered the 4 types of employment, let's go on to the equipment. Before you even think about joining the online world, there really are mandatory equipment that you must have. I cannot stress this enough to anyone who asks me what they should have to begin with. You have to have a stable internet connection. What do I even mean by stable? The speed of the internet really depends on what you're doing. If you're an online article writer, maybe internet doesn't really matter so much as long as you can upload the small bits of files that you have on your computer. Basically, you have to have internet connection. Have at least a 3 Mbps internet connection. One thing you have to know about as well is, does your internet have data capping? There are some internet connections here in the Philippines that cap your daily internet usage by 800 megabytes, and that is freaking sad. Why is it 3 Mbps of upload and download speed? This is the optimal amount that you need to connect with someone via Skype without breaking the connection. Another piece of equipment that you need, a computer, a laptop. It doesn't even have to be yours. Borrow from your family member if you're just starting out. Don't have to buy the most high-end computer that there is now. You can start with whatever you have. The type of computer really depends on what you'll be planning to work on. For example, if you're working in administrative type of jobs like maybe accounting or maybe office administration or maybe secretarial type of jobs, maybe an i3 or an i5 would suffice for now. But if you're working as a video animator or maybe graphic designer or maybe a website developer or a programmer, it's gonna be difficult for you to have a low specification computer. For any additional equipment that you might need, and aside from your internet connection and your computer, maybe I would suggest for you to buy a headphone. At least a decent headphone that has a microphone so you can talk to your client clearly and you can hear them clearly when they need to discuss something with you. Let's move on to the qualifications that you need to start working. It is such a blessing that there are types of work that are like this. They will not ask you if you have a university degree. They don't need that. They don't need you to train anywhere. As long as you have the skills to work and you have something to prove it, they'll accept you. As long as you know how to navigate through your computer without anybody helping you, you're good to go. So now that you've been introduced to the world of freelancing and also have found out what equipment you need and the qualifications that you may or may not need, it's time to find out which websites can you use to apply. To be honest with you, there are hundreds of websites that you can begin your career working at home in. But if I were to choose the top 3 platforms for now in this day, it would be Upwork.com, LinkedIn.com, and OnlineJobs.com. Upwork is a global freelancing platform. There are businesses here, there are professionals that connect with each other depending on their needs for the company. Now, take note, if you're from the Philippines, one thing that I would say about Upwork is that you are competing with the whole world. Other nationals that are also an expert in the same field you are on the same platform. The difference with LinkedIn is that LinkedIn may hire you directly. So if you're going with Upwork, anything that you earn on Upwork will be deducted 20% as payment to using Upwork services. LinkedIn, you may be lucky enough to get hired directly by the company. Now, the last website that I mentioned was onlinejobs.ph. This is a Filipino exclusive website where only people from the Philippines can create a profile and meet with other foreign clients. The greatest thing that I would say about online jobs is they have more full-time clients rather than Upwork. Online job employers mostly look for people that they could hire full-time, long-term. Before we wrap up this video, I would like to answer a few frequently asked questions that I receive almost, every day when people ask about what I do for work. Number 1, do we do CAPTCHA? No, we don't. That's not what online work is. I don't want to discredit the people who have already joined, but you need to wake up. Stop with the get-rich schemes. The only way that you can earn honest money is by doing all the hard work. That's the reality. If you need to buy something, if you need to spend on something and you need the money, work your ass off. I don't have a laptop. Can I work on my phone? It's a complicated question to answer because there are actually some jobs that only requires you to use your phone. For example, if you're a social media manager, but if you're trying to apply, for example, as an accountant or a developer or a profession that you want to grow in, you can't just use your phone. You have to have a working computer or a laptop that is able enough to get the task that you need to be done. Another question that I receive is, what if I can't speak English well enough? You see, if you want to work online, you have to understand that your clients, your employers, your bosses probably will be a foreigner. And if they live somewhere else, probably the middle ground that you both can speak in is English. It's important for you to at least understand English. Not all jobs require you to talk to your clients directly. For most of them, you can just chat with them or email them. But even if that's the only thing you're doing, you still have to know the basics of English in order for you to understand the task and in order for you to deliver the results that they want. Number 5, how do I get paid? Now, different clients pay you differently. They could pay you by any means that you both agree on the contract. If you're working under Upwork though, you have to be mindful that Upwork will be the one paying you, so they'll probably slip it into your bank account. For some employers, they pay you via PayPal, which also requires you to have a bank account. For some, they actually allow you to pick it up from a regular Western Union or maybe like Emily Willier or Cebuana, any kind of money transfer mode. They do have those options as well. So that pretty much wraps up the very basics of freelancing. I hope you have more questions for me to answer so I can make another video for you. I really would love to help anyone who's interested in working at home to start working at home. So I hope you've learned something from this video today, and if you like these kinds of videos, give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. If you have any more questions, go ahead. And if you're not yet subscribed, you're already here, you might as well subscribe. Welcome to the Pajama Gang, and see you all in the next video with my next pajamas. Bye!